In this video I'm going to show you how I made this a fire effect USB powered Moroccan lamp. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you, hopefully, me kind of making this little Moroccan lamp into kind of a flame effect lamp. This is inspired from a video by Adam Savage on his Tested channel, where he was making a custom, I think it was a lamp for on some carriage or something he was doing, and he kind of mentioned these LED bulbs that had this kind of flame effect. So I bought a couple of those myself. I've done a little bit of testing kind of in the background to see if this kind of thing is going to work. I've got this little battery pack. I put 4 batteries in it and it powers it. So I'm thinking that USB power should do the job. Unfortunately, I don't have an actual lamp that has this thread sized connector to actually test it out for real and do voltage checks. So I'm just kind of winging it. So let me show you kind of what it is I have, and hopefully this should be a really simple, straightforward project that you guys can have a go at if it's something of interest. Okay, so this is the Moroccan lamp that I'm going to be using. It's actually turned out to be smaller than I thought it was going to be when I ordered it, but you can kind of see in here that I think you'd put like little tea light, little tea candle thingamajigs in there, and you could then just light it up or just have it on the side as some ornamental thing. So that's what we're going to use. And the plan is to modify this USB cable that I have hanging around, chop the end off and solder it into the bulb. And then I bought these relatively cheap flame LED bulbs from Amazon. I'll put some links in the description below if there's something you're interested in. I've already started to take it apart. They came in a double pack, so if I completely screw things up, I have some backup. Basically, they come like this, and they have this kind of neat feature where if it's kind of mounted this way, the flame effect should go up, and if it's upside down, the flame effect would kind of go down. So it should work pretty straightforward. If we look inside, this basically just kind of pulls off if you just kind of rotate it. If we look inside, there's some sort of little transformer module or something that's obviously turning it from 240 down to the kind of around 5 volts, and so my plan is to basically just wire this in directly here, and in theory it should do the job. And then I want to cut the bottom of this off so I can mount it flat inside the lamp. So I'm not sure if I'm going to cut a wooden piece to mount it on or whatnot yet, but that's what this video is about. Going to try it out and see if we can make it work without blowing myself up. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is take this kind of bottom piece off. When I look in there, I can kind of see that there's bits of plastic here, here and here. So there's for at least 3 or 4 kind of mounting pieces. I don't think you have to pick it up on the camera, and you can't really see it from this side either. So my plan is to just try and Dremel into there and hopefully be able to kind of disconnect the screw cap from here. So it doesn't really matter too much if this gets a bit disturbed in here. I could just try and cut straight off the end there. I might try that instead. So just grab my safety glasses and let's see what happens. Okie dokie. Okay, so now it is just connected by that wire that goes in there, which I'm pretty sure we don't need. So we're just going to rip that out and get some pliers in there and get a little board disconnected, so we don't need it. Okay, so just grab some pliers here. Let's just disconnect that. It doesn't matter really, this is a bit kind of messy underneath because this obviously can be mounted on the bottom and then hopefully we won't see it. Okie dokie. So trying to work out what's the easiest way to get this disconnected. So it's obviously been hot glued in on the inside. Not sure how well we can see that, but I can see just down here where it is. So I'm going to try and see if I can't get a screwdriver just in the end there to kind of prise it out from where hot glue's been applied, and hopefully it doesn't disrupt the casing here too much. Okay. Okay, so that worked. It just kind of came straight off there. So nice and easy and straightforward. So what I'll do is I'll snip these wires and then just trying to work out how I'm gonna, I think I'll leave these wires connected and then I can feed the USB cable back down in through the middle there and out the bottom, and that'll probably look pretty neat. These pliers are absolutely rubbish. Let me get some proper snips and then finish this up. Be right back. Okay, so I've chopped the wires off there. Like I say, the plan is that we can just then kind of put those back in down there like it was as standard, and then we're going to run the USB cable up and out and down the bottom. So what I'll do is we're going to sacrifice this USB cable for this project, so just chop the end off. That's never to be found again, and then we just need to strip this back a little bit. Wish I knew where my wire strippers were. They're in the garage, I think, as opposed to the workshop. Because I'm lazy, we're just going to make do with this instead. Okay, so here's what we have on the inside. So it's not showing up very well, is it? Let me so basically got 4 cables in here. We've got a white, black, red and a green. So we just need to do some tests to match this up to obviously the positive and negative on here, and then we should have hopefully something that works when we plug it in to a USB power source. I need to pop to the garage and get some heat shrink we're going to need for this, and then get the soldering station set up as well. Okay, so I've done some tests with the multimeter, and I'm pretty sure that it is the black and the red cables from the USB lead that we're going to be needing, which is still not showing up very good on this camera, unfortunately. So what I've done is I've just obviously using these crocodile clips just to do the test, and I've got this the USB cable plugged in to a little USB adapter. So I'm going to turn that on, and hopefully we can see something happening over here on the lamp. Either that, or you get a different kind of flames. But it's only 5 volts, so it should be fine. Okay, that's interesting because I thought it would... Oh, okay. Cool, it's doing something. It's pulsing in a different way. I was expecting it to be kind of like a flame effect. Maybe there's some on and off feature as to how this decides to work. Let me just try turn it off and then on again. Does it do? No. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping it did like a flame effect, but obviously I can't verify it easily. Okay, let's try it, turn it on off. It's supposed to be movement. No. Okay, I don't know what I did other than unplug the USB cable and plugged it back in again. Now it's kind of doing the thing that I kind of thought it was going to do. So then when we if this was over the top of it, which we can't really demonstrate, but it looks a little bit more flamey. So I'm confident the wiring is fine. So again, I'm just going to get that heat wrap, then we can look at properly wiring it up and then working out how we're going to run the cables down in through the light, and then hopefully this is going to look kind of cool. Okay, so before I start trying to put everything together, I'm just going to scrape off kind of the excess plastic that's obviously from there using the Dremel. It kind of just melts the plastic a little bit, so just trying to smooth things off a little bit so that it can stand more chance of just sitting flat. So I'm hoping that what I can do is, if needed, maybe channel out a bit of the plastic here to run the USB cable down, but the main thing is obviously I want it to be able to sit flat. So let's get the crocodile clips off a moment. Yeah, so if it can sit flat like that, then what we're going to try and obviously do is make it so that we can mount it in there, but then have the USB cable come out the back. But that might be a bit tricky because there's obviously glass in the rear there, which I didn't think about. So obviously it's not going to come through the back there. There's a very small amount of kind of room that might be provided by those little feet, but I think that USB cable is going to be too thick. Let's just do a test. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So the option I have is I could run it kind of out of the front here where those little natural holes are, and then kind of have the door at the back. That might work. I think I'll go with that to start with. So have the door at the back, because we're not going to have to be opening and closing this to put a tea light in. We're going to have this kind of permanent thing going on. So I think that is what I'm going to do. So I'll obviously run this cable in through here for now, and then get things connected up, or soldered up even, in through here, and then we just need to work out how is going to be the best way to kind of connect that in. So I think it's going to have some kind of cutout coming out of here. So I'm going to see if it might be possible to drill a little hole in the side, just enough that can kind of sit flat like that. So let me see what I've got drill wise. I think it's going to be easier to drill before these cables are all plugged in. Right, I can't remember the proper name for this kind of tapered drill, but that's what we're going to try though. So we're going to see if we can't come down in the side of here. Not sure if it's going to look out well or not. So we shall see. So that's, you want to get in about there, I think. Obviously this is angular plastic, so you've got to be careful what you're doing. So just go in. There we go. That's right. So that's the hole. Let's see if I can. I've been trying to show these things on the camera today. That's the hole there. So again, because the plastic heats up, it's not looking that great. But you know, in general, you're not going to see these things. So hopefully, it's not going to matter too much. Let's just clean this up a little bit. The blade. Okay, and then let's see if we feed this cable in here, does it go all the way through that we like it to? Is the hole big enough? So just in through here. Okay, so the cable fits, and then the question is, does it sit flush so that we could mount it appropriately? And it does. Good stuff. So I'm just going to back up a bit of the mess on the table here, see if I can reposition the camera a bit maybe, and then let's solder this thing together. Okay, so I think we're good. So now we're going to need the heat shrink to go around these cables, and then it should be good. So we will use what do I need? I need something. Let's run this cable all the way up here first, so it's going to be an easier task for it. So I want something that's going to go over the final bit. I'll just use this red one. So you can see here, I've just run this red piece of heat shrink over the whole cable, and then obviously when we've finished making the joins and everything up here, we can just cover that over to have a nice kind of clean finish. Need to put a dab of solder on the end of these. Let's just do that now. Sorry about that beeping, that's my weather station. Since moving it into the workshop, it's started to do this weird beepy thing, and I'm not quite sure why. I haven't had time to look into that yet. Okay, so helping hands to the rescue. That should make this job a little bit easier. It's all a bit awkward though, because of the lengths of these cables, but I think that's that one done. Yep, so that one seems strong enough. Let's just do the other one. Jobs are so much easier when you use the right tools. That was not super great. Let me just check if it's going to be good enough. No, it's going to be fine. So both of those are soldered up. Let's move these helping hands out the way. And then what we're going to do now is just bring that heat shrink over the cables so obviously they don't touch inside the bulb. And I've got a little lighter that I can use to knock those down. Okay, so that's all heat shrunk around there, and then I'm just going to get this last larger piece just to go over all of this, just to bring it nicer to go. It neatens it up, but also makes it a little bit stronger as well. So just like that. So let's just get that heat up as well. Pick that up on the camera. So we're done with the soldering on and everything. So now I think what I'm going to do is heat up my glue gun, and we can use the glue gun to fix that into place. What I'll probably actually quickly do is just make sure that cabling is working. So let's just grab the USB power. It's working. Okay, I'm sorry you're getting a bit of the saw in the video here, but kind of restricted on space until I fully finish sorting out the workshop. So just turned on my glue gun, so whilst that's heating up, just going to sort out this cable. So just going to drag it down in through here. So that neatens it up quite a bit, and then we can put this cover back on, so it should make it look nicer. Let's just check that that is going to work. I can't remember if this goes in a certain way now. There we go. Right, so that's like that. We do a double check again that still works. I need to adjust this cable. It's pulling itself over a bit. So, but once it's glued in, that should be fine. So, see what it looks like with the case on. I don't understand why it decides to do certain things certain times. Let's try back it on again. It's really odd. I don't know how it decides when to do. Oh, it did a little bit then, didn't it? Yeah. Let's finish putting it in and hope that it decides to do the flame effect again. Okay, so I've pulled the cable through a lot, so we've got plenty of cable. Now the plan is obviously just to glue this in here centrally. Then, all being well, that should take care of what we need it to do. So the glue gun is now nice and hot, so let's just work out the best way trying to do this. So basically just was a load of glue around the bottom pipe. Then quickly try and get it to sit down in a central-ish position. So I'm just going to hold it there for a little bit. This sort of stuff obviously dries pretty quickly, so just leave it for a few minutes. That should be it. So should have to close that door nice and neatly. I'll turn that off now because I'm pretty sure we're going to finish it. So yeah, this is it, the finished piece, so obviously then this can sit kind of that way around, which I think doesn't look too bad. And then obviously we just need to see what it looks like when we turn it on now. Okay, so this is it. It's working. I think that's not too bad for... how much it cost me? That 20 quid, I think. Something like that. So, nice little fun project. I think it might look quite cool in the corner of the room. So as you can probably tell, I'm just working this out as I go. I wasn't really quite sure exactly how well this is going to turn out, but I think it's turned out pretty good, considering it's a nice idea to have that flame effect, and I think it looks pretty funky. So yeah, please leave feedback and comments down below. I'm sure you would like to do this project slightly differently. Again, I'll put some links in the description to Amazon for the different things that I've bought. Obviously you can do this in any kind of package. I just thought that the Moroccan lamp looked kind of cool. So yeah, thank you for watching. As you always, leave some comments, leave some feedback, and maybe we can do other projects like this. I need to kind of improve the camera setup for here in the workshop, because I don't want to be seeing all these saws and different things kind of cutting into the camera view. So there we go, one fire effect Moroccan lamp. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.